So when she came to us and asked us if we could help, sure, what do you need? Some onesies, some wipes, a pacifier, some bottles. Hey guys, this is Tanane and welcome to my channel. I am here today to talk about a topic that I have seen a couple videos posted on, and I'm actually a part of that community. That topic is adoption. No, I was not adopted, though sometimes I think I was because my parents are a little quirky. And my sister is not my sister. But I actually am a part of the adoption community because my ex-partner and I were very fortunate enough and blessed enough to be able to adopt. It's been 3 years ago now. It's not your traditional adoption story. So a friend of ours came to us and let us know that her niece was pregnant and wondered if we could possibly, or asked if we could help, because she knew that the state was actually going to take the baby because the first child of the bio mom was taken by the state due to mental health reasons. So when she came to us and asked us if we could help, sure, what do you need? Some onesies, some wipes, a pacifier, some bottles. At the time, I was 35 years old. I was like 4 months into my 35. And I knew if I didn't have children by the time I was 35 years old, that it wasn't going to happen. It didn't happen. And here it is. So the bio mom actually asked my ex if she would mind getting the baby, and it's supposed to just be until the bio mom was able to get herself together and get a stable place to live, to be able to care for the baby like the baby was supposed to be taken care of. Now, on a doctor's appointment that the grandmother went to, the bio mom was 36 weeks, I believe, and she didn't go to the doctor for care until she was about 35 or 36 weeks. So grandmother goes to the doctor. They're doing a sonogram. Grandmother looks at the sonogram and says, I know I'm old, but it sure is a whole lot of hands and feet in there. Twins. She was having twins. They asked her why. She didn't tell anyone that she was having twins. And she said, well, I can't take care of the one I have. What I'm going to do with two? So, water breaks on a Wednesday. Bio mom calls bio dad to come get her and take her to the hospital. Bio dad never shows up. Bio mom calls my ex. And my ex ends up taking her the day after her water broke. So Thursday, my ex takes her to the hospital. They do a cesarean on Friday. 2 healthy baby boys were born. 1 7 pounds 6 ounces. 1 7 pounds 2 ounces. That's almost 15 pounds of baby. Bio dad comes to the hospital. Let me back up. I actually was able to go to the hospital the day the boys were born, and I held the youngest one. And my ex says that I imprinted on that child because that child looks just like me. No idea why he looks like me. And ever since he was a baby, people have said, you sure that's not your baby? Because we look alike. I'm cool with that. And he's a mama's boy. I'm also cool with that. So bio dad comes to the hospital on Friday, sees the boys. He looks at the oldest and says, I know he mine. And looks at the youngest and said, but I'm not sure about him. I know it's a chance that, twins can have different fathers. I've heard it. I've seen stories about it. But this dude was just dumb. Come on, stop playing. So, of course, blood test came back. Both babies are his. So he says that we can all be a family. You all can come home with me. Sunday comes around, and after church, my ex and I go up to the hospital, and there's a lady standing at the foot of the bio mom's bed with the clipboard, and it's Department of Children and Families. They ask us to step out for about 30 more minutes. They still need to talk to the bio mom. An hour and a half later, we were allowed back in the room, and the bio mom asked if I could close the door. So I get up to close the door, and the DCF worker comes back and says she can't have this door closed. Okay. I step out of the room, talk to the DCF worker. She asked me what was going on. I tell her. As we're in the hallway talking, bio dad walks by with the twins' sister. They have a full blood sister, biological sister. So he walks by with her. She was 2, I believe, at the time, and goes into the room, and a DCF worker looks at me and says, let me guess, Dad? And I said yes. And the dad actually was not supposed to have the daughter because they lost rights to the child. And she was a ward of the state. So that was an issue with the DCF worker as well. DCF worker talks to the bio dad. Bio dad comes back into the room, angry, takes the daughter and leaves. Monday comes around, and it's time for bio mom to be discharged, but she has nowhere to go. So she names my ex the godparents of the boys and said that they were all going home with her. And when I say all, I mean mom, babies. That wasn't going to happen. We'll take these babies, but we're not sure what you're going to do. So, geez. That was on Monday. DCF actually came out to the house, did a home study to make sure the house was good for the boys to come and live with. My partner and I weren't living together at the time, so live with my ex. And on Tuesday, we were picking babies up from the hospital. This was not an adoption situation. This was absolutely a foster situation. We're going to, foster these kids. We're going to take care of these kids until bio mom, bio dad does their case plan to get the babies back. Case plan never got done. Bio dad went to court one time and left before the second half of the court along with his mom. And bio mom was like, I don't know why I got to do all this to get my kids. So she did not do anything to get her kids. The state moved toward adoption. The biological family was really upset. They thought that it was going to be a situation like the oldest daughter, where they would just make these children a ward of the state. But the state said, we're not going to take care of any more children. And if there are people capable of taking care of these children, then that's what's going to happen. There was a bit of a adoption fight. We did have to put in an application for adoption, even though at this time we had cared for them about 6 or 7 months. But because Department of Children and Families, along with Guardian Ad Litem, which is a very good organization that watches out for children in the foster care system, or children in certain situations. So we had them on our side backing us up. The biological family put in adoption applications, but because of dishonesty and certain situational aspects, they were denied. And at 10 months old, we adopted a set of twin boys. And craziest thing, my mother always told me, if you ever have children, you're going to have twin boys. My father is a twin. He has a twin brother, and they're fraternal. And people compare my sons to my father and my uncle. And if my nana was still alive, she would probably be over the moon about these twin boys, because they probably will remind her of my uncle and my dad. Now my sons are 4 years old. They are the loves of my life. They are the best thing that has ever happened to me. I did not know that I needed them until they needed me. Due to situations, their mommy and I are no longer together, and we're trying to co-parent as best as we possibly can. So that is that adoption story. I didn't go into a lot of detail in regards to the bio family, whether or not they're still in contact with the boys. No, they're not. And that was actually not by force. It was by choice. And maybe one day, if my sons want to know more about their biological mother and father, we'll be able to let them know exactly who they were and where they are. I do not want them to think that they weren't wanted, because they actually were. They just wouldn't have been able to have been cared for like they deserved. And that's why we stepped in. Okay, yay. That was the adoption story of my sons. If you want to know more in-depth detail about the situation, just drop some comments below. I will try to answer them as best as I can without giving away too much personal information. If you liked this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys next time.